Hey there! We are heading into the 4th week of our 6 weeks challenge. Really excited for this week, and hopefully you're progressing with your workouts. Schedule those workouts. I know we're coming out of a long weekend, a holiday weekend, a fun weekend here in Indy, and hopefully a short week for many of us. So don't forget to schedule your time, your workouts, and let's get into a couple other reminders here. Your calendar, look how pretty mine is. It's written up on. So do me a favor, take a picture of it if you have it printed. You can handwrite it out on a piece of paper, what you're doing each day, so that you can make sure that you're getting all the points for taking classes, doing your at-home workouts, working on some of the nutrition challenges, and making progress each day. So that's what it's about. I constantly coach 80-20. So if you had kind of a fun, celebratory weekend, let it go. You enjoyed it, hopefully had time with family and friends, or maybe relaxed a little bit more than normal. So yes, definitely 80% of the time we want to focus on our wellness initiatives, our goals with exercise and nutrition. The other 20% of the time we just let it go. But you can be better than that too. 5 or 6 days a week is really, it's hard to put 80-20 on a weekly challenge too. So with that, you can think about 5 or 6 days of the week really focusing on being healthy. Now that doesn't mean all weekend to just let it go, because unfortunately we do lose a lot of our progress, a lot of our traction when we put things aside 2 days in a row. So think about that. If you have 2 rest days, or 2 days off of the week, or where you're not tracking food or meal planning or whatever the case might be, that they're not consecutive days. So this week, make sure you schedule your workouts and Fit Degree to help hold yourself accountable, and also do 2 to 3 of the home workouts. Hopefully they're getting easier. Our Move It Monday workout is the most challenging, and today, if you're watching, it's Monday here, and I'm going to do it on Tuesday, or probably Wednesday actually. So if you didn't get it in on Monday this week, try to do it later this week. It's a great HIIT workout, as you know. If you didn't do the Surprise Saturday Challenge, that 500-second plank with variations and options, that's a great challenge as well to work on our core. That one was this past Saturday, the 28th, yeah, so just 2 days ago. So try that one. Always try to add in some extra stretching, some yoga. Lisa did that 15-minute yoga stretch with us outside, so that one was for the Saturday, the second Saturday surprise challenge. So the other thing that I wanted to talk to you about today is our new nutrition challenge, and that is limiting eating after 8 o'clock or in the evening. There's actually quite a bit of science behind eating early, so don't necessarily put that 8 o'clock on the time as that's when I have to stop eating. You might be someone that's used to eating, later in the evening, and a goal would be, to eat a couple hours earlier than you're used to. So my 12 Fixes to Healthy program, we actually focus a whole fix of when we're eating, why we're eating, what time we're eating, because there is a lot of science, a lot of research behind time-restricted eating, as we call it, or some form of intermittent fasting. If you've ever heard or not heard of it, intermittent fasting comes in multiple different avenues. You can do like a 16-8, you can fast for a day or two. There's also fasts where you would just, focus on only having certain items during that fast. So most of the research where we see actually fat burning coming from fasting is when we're doing a time-restricted fasting. So your body actually goes into some form of ketosis or fat burning mode when you've not had anything to eat or anything with calories, including drinks, after 12 hours. So most of us go into that form of fasting and start to head towards ketosis around that 12-hour mark. So that's why eating early can be really beneficial if we're looking to burn extra fat. Because our body is actually not utilizing some of the hormones that we have, like insulin, as much later in the day or in the evening as it is during the day. So insulin actually can hold on to fat, and when we're eating and causing our insulin to spike later in the evening, unfortunately, it just turns it into fat storage versus fat burning mode. Even if you're working out or moving, sometimes more in the evening, unfortunately, we see where the timing of when we're eating doesn't allow our body to burn the fat, and that's ultimately the goal, right? We want to burn that fat and have good metabolism. So the goal here is to eat early. I put a time frame on there as 8 because that's usually a good reference time. We're usually up probably an hour or two after that. So, but really looking at when you're eating, having a really healthy breakfast is important. Really thinking about probably transitioning how we're eating too. If we're used to eating our bigger meal of the day later in the evening, transitioning that to earlier in the day, because our body doesn't need as much in the evening when we're ultimately, hopefully, trying to sleep. So your body needs more of the nutrients throughout the day, and sometimes we get cravings too, which I wanted to mention. If you are one that feels like you get cravings in the evening and you always have to have something, many times it's because we're not eating enough protein. So think about that too. Protein's not the cure-all, but it is very important to get a good amount of protein in the morning with breakfast and or small snack between breakfast and lunch, and also to eat protein then throughout the day too. So that can definitely help some of our hunger cues, our cravings, if we are experiencing those later in the evening and we're finding that we need something. So definitely drinking a lot of water. Continue with that first challenge that we started week 1, because that can also be a sign of hunger cues, is that we're actually just thirsty. So try to get in tune with that and continue with that challenge, drinking half of our weight or half of our body weight in water. So 150 pounds, you're drinking 75 ounces of water. So, but yeah, so this week I want you to focus on trying to eat a little bit earlier, maybe having less food in the evening. So I think I mentioned, if you're working out in the evening, that's great too. That might be when you have to get it in. But think about having, a healthy 2 or 3 food group snack or light meal after you work out then, so that you're not, overeating and your body's not trying to metabolize things that it can't, because we're just going back into that sleep mode and not able to process all the food. So there's a lot of science behind it, a lot of research, and that's why I put it on for one of our challenges for the 6 weeks. Because it really can be impactful in our metabolism, but also in our weight. So, all right, well, if you guys have any questions, let me know related to eating early or intermittent fasting. Again, 12 hours is really the focus. I know I've worked with some people that, do much longer than that, and I would definitely love to chat with you about that. I've not seen much benefit after 14 to 16 hours, mostly because we just can't get the amount of nutrients that we need in a small window, like 6 to 8, 10 hours of time. We can't get enough nutrients that we need. So keep that in mind too. But yeah, ultimately we got to plan what we're doing so that we're not just grabbing something out of the pantry. If we are planning what we're eating when we're working out, then we'll be a little bit more successful. And I know that can definitely be challenging. So make that a focus here. Give yourself 10, 15 more minutes than you normally do to set yourself up for a successful week. And I look forward to seeing many of you in the studio this week. Don't forget to log in healthy. Your food, you can journal in there. We've got our community group. Yeah, I look forward to seeing you guys. Hope you had a wonderful holiday week, and we will do our weekly check-in on Zoom next week. So I'll send the time. It'll probably be on Sunday, which I think is the 8th. So, all right, I will talk to you guys soon. Oh no, it's not the 8th. Is it the 8th? It's not. Next Sunday is the 5th. I'm ahead of schedule. So, all right, guys, have a wonderful week. See you soon.